It's very difficult to see if it's straight by standing back like this. You've actually got to look down the side of the car. Today the weather is going to be fucking hot.
Morning, welcome back to the channel. Today guys, just a bit of an update video. We're off to see my good friend Bruce who lives in the Verwood area, and we're going to get George's pinstripes back on because since I had the bodywork done in March I've never got round to it, never managed to get round to it. So just out for the jolly this morning. It's a lovely day for a drive. Stretch George's legs as it were, give him a chance to top up the battery, and we'll get the coach lines, the pinstripes back on. I've gone for the same colour as the gold against the brown, which should look quite nice I think. But another reason for visiting this morning, as well as wanting to see Bruce of course, is that he just bought a new car, another Cortina. So we're going to go and have a look at that, so I'm looking forward to that. But also I wanted to address what's been going on with George recently. Since getting the car back in March, I've noticed there was a slight coolant leak between the cylinder head and the block. I don't think it was a gasket, but it was leaning towards that. So I've had the obviously you saw me do the head gasket with Alex and Simon. Again, thank you for watching, guys. That was great of you to have a bit of help doing that. Thank you. And that seems to cure the problem, touch wood. So I don't know whether the car got a bit hot in the past and just the gasket had failed, but we didn't really conclusively prove that the head gasket had failed, so it's a bit frustrating, but seems to be alright. So we're just coming into Ringwood, not too far from Bruce tonight. He lives on the outskirts of the Verwood area, so I've got to go onto the flyover, under the flyover, onto the flyover. There's a short burst down the M27, and then M27, that's probably not right, I'm no good at geography, onto the motorway for a bit, and then it's into Verwood. Quite warm this morning, guys. Whew. Sorry, I have to open that window. I have to apologise about the noise levels. So I was a bit annoyed because a few people comment on the video, and one person in particular said, "Oh, why is your car so unreliable?" Well, he's not unreliable. He's a 50-year-old car in use, and that's angry there. And things will go wrong with time and age, so you've got to expect it. It's not going to get in and be faultless from start to finish. He's effectively an unrestored car with a second-hand engine of unknown origin. So the only thing I have done to the engine is have the original cylinder head completely refurbished and refitted. So obviously I did that, the refitting part anyway. Yeah, so we're not too far from Bruce's. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea with him, catch up, and we're going to have a look at his new car. So I'm just joining the A31 now. Oh, you may as well just hang around for a bit because it's a nice little excuse to chat, really, isn't it? There's also my camera slipped down into that. Oh, well. I hope you can still see me. I just noticed the camera's dropped a bit. Yeah, you're alright. Glad I'm not going that way, crikey. Actually, I can stay in this lane and... yeah. So yeah, Bruce has bought a new Cortina. I won't reveal what it is, although there might be an image in the thumbnail that might have given it away, but he's bought a new car. Like I said, it's a work in progress. He's got to do a few little bits to it yet. I think he's going to do a full respray at some point, which would be nice. It's I've actually seen it. I saw it last week. It's a couple of weeks ago. It's a very solid example. So but he's done tons of work to it since I last saw it, so I'll be interested to see how he's got on. Yeah, I'm glad I'm turning off, guys. It's 1:30 on a Sunday. Not the ideal time for being out in a classic car on a hot day. To go back to the reliability of old cars, you know, if you get in something that's 50 years old and start using it daily, it's actually better for it because things don't like to be sat around. Ricky, who has Agatha, his brake servo failed, probably due to old age. That's probably the original onto the car, but also being sat for I think 14 months. Things dry out, things perish, so it's better to keep things in circulation. Of course it is. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, and we're almost at Bruce's, so catch you in a sec. Well, I'm out today. I made it to Bruce's. We're just moving the cars around, and we'll get the pinstripes on George, and we'll show you his new purchase, which is behind me now. So work in progress, like I said, so looking forward to seeing what he's done to that. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Here it is. Morning.
My God, is it warm?
Can we play with some pinstripes?
We can do some pinstripes.
Awesome. He knows what we're doing today. I've actually been here about 10 minutes, had a cup of tea already. Fuck me, it's hot.
It is warm.
Let's crack on. Let him crack on because I'm useless. Hopefully I've got enough to do two sides.
Yeah, I would have thought there's enough in there. They normally give you enough. If not, you just have to have one side.
No. I still make sure the panel is thoroughly clean of any
Yeah, you don't want any muck on there.
dust or anything.
No dust. I don't want any dust.
It's fair to say you need a fairly steady hand to do this, don't you?
Yeah, steady hand and a good eye.
Aye aye.
It's not rocket science. You just got to follow the body line.
I saw a TikTok the other day, somebody was in America, just had a brush, he just walked down the side of the car.
Yeah, that's pinstriping with paint, which is what all Rolls Royces and Bentleys have on them. They're all painted on, and there's people now that, well, been doing it for donkey's years, that paint stripes on cars. You've got to have a dead steady hand to do that. Pinstripe, because they're quite thin, it's meant to adhere to the clear plastic, but they're only very small ones. You don't really... Yeah, see, it's come off the backing, you bastard. It should be alright actually, it looks alright. As long as I don't get any crap behind it, you'll be fine.
It follows the line of the... I think it needs to be a bit higher than that.
No, it's following the wing's curved, Alex. It's not a straight line, the wing.
Of course it's not. I'll shut up.
Yes, please.
I'll shut up.
Yes, please.
Yeah, never have an opinion on something when someone's doing you a favour, so I'll just shut up and make the tea.
This is the trickiest bit.
Oh, lining it up to the...
Yeah, getting it lined up.
Oh, good, that's it.
You don't want to keep pulling it off too much. We're okay today because it's a warm day, but as I say, the
Adhesive's being quite forgiving.
yeah. Now you just want to go bit by bit. It's very difficult to see if it's straight by standing back like this. You've actually got to look down the side of the car.
Yeah. No, this is much appreciated, so thank you, mate.
You're more than welcome. Remember not to pull pulling it tight too much, because you will end up with a bit of shrinkage otherwise. Must be nice and gentle, especially with the thin ones. When you get to the end of the panel, make sure you've got a little bit left over, more than you need, to hold it with your fingers. And then just get your eye down the side. And Bob's your uncle. Or Fanny's your auntie.
I knew you'd say that.
Oh, matron.
Scorchio.
A scorchio! Today the weather is going to be fucking hot.
1 hour later.
Well, that's one side done, thank you, mate.
No problem, one down, one to go.
It's amazing how much a difference it makes, isn't it?
Yeah, it breaks it up. I think that's why they used to put them on. I'm a big fan of pinstripes. On older stuff anyway, not on modern stuff. We don't talk about modern cars on this channel.
No, it looks amazing, thank you. It's a bit more fiddly this bit, isn't it? Because you've got to follow the curve of the panel.
Yeah, if it was going around there, it'd be a little bit more difficult. As they say, jobs are good. Razor blade. If anybody in the UK is watching, they've got a water shortage or a hose pipe ban, you want to come down here. So I've got plenty of it on my forehead, plenty to go around. It's a tad warm. Right, now that they're on, give it a nice firm rub. Don't rub too hard or you get chafing. Back to the pinstripes, and then we just want to remove the backing instead of pulling it off that way.
Yeah.
Which is not a good idea, because you could pull it off the panel. You want to pull it back upon itself like so. Again, just pull backwards like so. And there you have it.
Marvellous, thank you very much. Flipping heck, it's warm. Bruce, top job, mate, thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
Shall we have a look?
I said we can go faster straps outside the car. You'll be able to go 140 in first gear now.
Are you Welsh?
You'll hear that gearbox whine from miles away.
Is that Welsh?
Oh no, boy, oh, but I could do Welsh if you wanted to.
Oh, lovely. Probably one of the hottest days of the year, and I've got a cup of tea. Cheers, Bruce.
Yeah, we'll have a cup of tea. It's meant to cool you down, apparently.
So yes, this is Bruce's new project. Is it Mark IV Cortina? Yeah. I knew that really.
It certainly is. Well, I've had it 8 weeks now. Come from a garage literally 2 miles up the road from me, where it had been stored and sat for a long time. The chap bought it in 2019.
Yeah.
Used it for a little while, and then he was going to do a few little jobs on it to get it on the road, and then COVID hit and he couldn't get the parts, and it just sat in the garage. And I got told about it, went up and had a look at it, and it was in his workshop, used as a shelf. There's like pots all over it. It's about 10 inches of dust all over it. It was kind of buried. So yeah, I had a good look around the car, because initially I wasn't really expecting much when I went up to have a look at it. But it was actually really, really very good. He'd done some bits and pieces to it and then just kind of stopped and left it. So yeah, I bought it. He kindly dropped it off for me, because obviously it's not on the road yet.
Sure.
And he'd started the same sort of work both sides. It was a bit like a butterfly, to be fair. It was the same both sides. He cut out the back part of the outer sill on both sides. I'm just going to open this because I painted the door shut this morning, which I've now done with a proper sill. All of the inner sills were absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And he'd cut out the lower half of this wheel arch on this side, which I've now put a new panel in, and done the inside, which is all fine. The rest of it was all perfect.
So that's all fresh paint at the back end.
Yeah, yesterday I spent a lot of time in this heat in my carport, and I sanded down 2 doors. It's never been painted, so the paint was pretty easy to get off because it was only quite thin. But it's, considering it's nearly 50 years old, it was really quite good. But I'm quite fussy. It's not going to be a show car. It's going to be my new daily driver once I get it done. But even as a daily driver, I'm very fussy with cosmetics, and I like something that polishes up nice, and I don't like to see imperfections.
So when it comes to paint, what do you prefer to use?
2-pack. I always use 2-pack.
Right.
Unless it's a metallic, and then we use a base coat and then a 2-pack lacquer. But I've used cellulose in the past years ago. I don't like cellulose, and I've used this other stuff that I get, and it hasn't got a hardener, and it's meant to go off with the atmosphere, and it's horrendous stuff. It takes weeks, and well, it doesn't ever dry. I've had a car that I painted, and 6 months later you park it out in the sun and the paint goes soft. It is garbage. So I always stick to 2-pack paint. It goes on really nice. This is literally out of a can, and once it's cured, well, it's touch dry now, but once it's cured for about a week or so, then I shall go around the car with some 1500 and then 2000 grit sandpaper with some soapy water and machine polish it, and it should come up like a sheet of glass, which is exactly the same process I did on that Cortina back in 2020. That's a metallic colour, but again, that was the same thing, 2-pack lacquer.
Yeah, we must do a proper road test of that, because we've filmed it a few shows, haven't we? But it's never
yeah, no, it's a bloody nice car, that. I like that one. It's very, very good.
Well, there it is, guys.
So there's the 1600 Pinto. I've got a pair of new wings for it. To be fair, these are too good to bin. I'm not going to bin these wings. I could have repaired them, but I just decided to go down putting a pair of new wings on. So I've got a pair of brand new wings which have been sandblasted, shot blasted, which are pretty much ready to go on and prep. But before I bolt the wings on, I've got to just clean up the inside of here a tad. So as you can see, for a nearly 50-year-old car, it's never been undersealed
it's really
at all.
good, isn't it?
It needs a bit of welding here, and it needs this cleaning back. But
all things considered, yeah,
it's all solid. They normally, on Cortinas, they normally rot up here. For the simple fact is, even when the wing's on, this ledge is where the mud and the debris flicked up, and it sits on this ledge, and they rust away. But as you can see, this one's absolutely rock solid. All of the lips are good on the front balance. So yeah, I've just got a little bit of tidying up, a little bit of treating to do in there. As I say, a small little bit of welding on the corner. So we're going to paint the front end, paint the other side. I'm going to take the windscreen out. No rot, they can go around to the corner of the scuttle, but it's
like spidering, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a bit of spidering under the paint. These are the original L-spec wheels which the car came with. So other than the head, which I've done, I've taken the petrol tank out and cleaned up all in the boot floor area, which is rock solid, has never been welded, which is a soft spot on these. And while the tank was out, I've cleaned the tank back, painted it, treated it, put new fuel lines in. We're getting there. I reckon another 4 or 5 weeks, and we should be pretty much ready for the road.
Sounds like it's coming along well. So would you be up for us coming back and just checking on your progress?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, as soon as it's on the road and it's all done, obviously you're seeing it in this state now, so it'll be nice to see it once it's all done and all back together. So yeah, I reckon in a few weeks' time when it's all done and it's all on the road and what have you,
awesome,
we can do a road test.
Brilliant. Look forward to seeing how you get on, mate. Thanks very much.
No problem, you're welcome.
Right, well, I'm back in the car on my way home, guys. My thanks to Bruce for his efforts today. George looks so much better. What a difference a couple of stripes makes. So cheers, Bruce. Nice one, fella. Thank you. I think I'm going to go by Matchams. Yeah. Avoid the A31 and go back via Matchams, I think. Hopefully it'll be a bit quieter. So hopefully this will be a nicer drive back. This road goes past Matchams, or Ringwood Raceway as it's known these days. I do banger car racing. Hopefully this road will be nice and quiet, and also it's in the shade, and so it should be a bit cooler, which is all good times on a day like this because it is hot, guys. Anyway, all that remains for me to say is thank you very much for watching. Thank you for the support, comments and feedback. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I shall see you soon with some more content. Take care, drive safe and stay hydrated. See you soon.